Alright, what's up guys? It's MattsBoosted, and if you're watching this video, you've probably got a Corvette C6, or maybe you're looking at buying a Corvette C6 and you're wondering, how should I spend my money on mods? I want to make this baby mine. Well, I've got a twin-turbo Corvette C6. I've done all the mods. Let's talk about it. Alright, so if you're getting a Corvette C6 or you're thinking about buying one, or you've already got one, I'm going to tell you straight up the mods I would get if I was starting over. So if I had a Corvette C6, the first thing I'm going to do is on the exterior, and that's going to be a front chin spoiler. I would probably get the ZR1 front chin spoiler. There's a handful of different spoilers. You can get them anywhere from 200 to 500. You can get you a China special for like 100, but if you want to get a little bit better chin spoiler, you're going to pay upwards $300-400. I recommend Extreme Online Store. There's some really nice chin spoilers there. That's going to be the first thing I would do. And then along with the chin spoiler, I'm going to go ahead and do some side skirts. I'm going to do a rear spoiler on that bad boy. They sell the entire kit from Extreme Online Store. Honestly, I think for the exterior, you can get all of that for like under $1,000. If you get the rear diffuser, that's a little bit more pricey. The rear diffuser itself runs anywhere from $800 to $1,200. But once you get that, the exterior is going to be looking really, really nice. I tell you, once you get the front chin spoiler, it just makes the Corvette exterior look so much better. It makes the front end look so much more aggressive, a lot more mean. I really like how the front chin spoiler looks in the Corvette C6. All right, once you've got that done, now we've got to do some engine mods. So for the engine mods, you know you've got to do exhaust right out of the gate. If I had to do it, I would probably do some Corsa Extreme exhaust, and then I'm going to do some headers. I'm going to do some long tube headers. I'm probably going to do, there's a handful of long tube headers. I would probably do just some Texas Speed or something. Really, when it comes to long tubes, you're going to probably pay anywhere from $400 to $1,000. You can get some cheapos for like $400, but you can get some decent, more name brand, I guess, for around $1,000. It's all about fitment. At the end of the day, American racing headers, they fit really well. You got Texas Speed, you got Cooks. There's a handful of headers. Go on the forum, see which one fits the best, and that's really going to be the best in terms of long tube headers. You don't need anything crazy, just some 1 7/8 and you're good to go. And then once you get that, depending on if you get the LS2 or LS3, for this video, if we're talking about mods, assuming you're just ready to go crazy, do everything, I'm gonna go ahead and slap an intake on that bad boy, where we're gonna do the VRAM, we're gonna do the cold air intake, and then we're gonna do a fast 102 upper intake. You get the fast for $1,000, you get the VRAM intake for $300 to $400. You slap that on in your garage in an hour, you're good to go. Let's move to the next part real quick. All right, so we're getting the exterior taken care of. We've got some mods for the engine. We got to throw a camshaft on that bad boy. If I was going to throw a cam in my Corvette C6, honestly, I've got a stage 2 twin turbo Brian Tooley racing cam. To me, it doesn't have quite enough chop. It makes great power. Those cams are good for up to 1,500 horsepower. But if I'm going to get a cam, I'm going to pay for the labor, I'm going to do labor myself, I'd probably get a stage 3 BTR cam, maybe get some from Texas Speed, get something with a little bit of chop to it, because you're going to love how that bad boy sounds. And then I would probably take it to a tuner. Once you've got your intake, once you've got your exhaust, once you've got your headers, once you've got the cam, and I would let it tune it. And when you've got a good tuner, he's going to be able to calm it down just a little bit on idle, so it doesn't have a lot of cam bump, and it's a little bit easier to daily drive. All right, now that you got the exterior, you got the wing, you got the spoiler, you got the side skirts, you got your engine mods, you're basically a full bolt-ons, and you've got a cam. If you've got an LS2, LS3 with this setup, you're going to make somewhere between 475, 500 rear wheel horsepower, most likely, as long as you're working with a good tuner. But then we can't forget about the wheels. Now, the wheel setup, if you're looking at a base model, my base model Corvette C6, it's got 305, 35, 18 Mickey Thompson ET Street R's on the rear. If you got a Z06 or a Grand Sport, you're going to go with the bigger wheel setup. My base model, the weld wheels are 10.5 inches wide, and if you get the Z06 or the Grand Sport, you can go 11.5, 12 inches wide on the wheel. You can get a nice size wheel on that bad boy. Now, the biggest thing is when you're looking for wheel setup, there's a lot of different kind. I would go with a well-known name brand. I would go something with like Forge Star, or maybe go with Weld or something like that. And at the end of the day, you've got to make sure your rear tire has to be within 1/2 inch and 1.5 inch height of your front tire. Otherwise, you could get some weird ABS traction issues. Now, when you've got your full bolt-ons, you've got all your exterior mods, man, your Corvette C6 with the wheel setup, it's going to be yours. In terms of tires, I'd probably go with some Michelin Pilot Sports or something like that. If you do like some Mickey Thompson, some ET Streets, they're going to look cool. But honestly, when you're daily driving it, or if you're driving around town a lot, but if you're driving the car a lot, then it wears them down pretty quickly. So I think some Pilot Sports or something like that are probably going to be the best tire setup. I run them on my M5. They're really, really solid tires. And then, a couple other mods you can do. I would probably update the infotainment center, and I would also add the carbon fiber steering wheel to that bad boy as well. The Corvette C6 is nice, but if you've got the Chevy Cobalt steering wheel like my 2006 C6 had, and upgrading to a carbon fiber steering wheel is really going to make the interior pop so much better. And that infotainment center, especially with the like Apple CarPlay and all that good stuff, it's going to be so much nicer as well. If you're thinking about doing a hood or something like that, I probably wouldn't do one out the gate because the hoods are expensive. If you want a good hood, I probably wouldn't do like Duraflex or anything like that. I would probably go with like Anderson composites. Those hoods are almost $2K though, so they're carbon fiber, they fit well. They're probably some of the best hoods in the business for the Corvette C6, but they are super pricey. So if you're just getting a Corvette C6 and you're looking to do some mods, I would probably put a hood towards the back of the list and knock everything out first. Overall, man, if you've got a Corvette C6, you knock out all these mods, it's really going to make it yours. It's going to add that power. It's going to sound good. If you're worried about having too loud of exhaust, I've heard that valved exhaust and it is really nice, honestly. So I would recommend it if you're worried about waking up your neighbors. Otherwise, get the Corvette Extremes and just let that baby rip. Throw some long tube headers on that bad boy and you're good to go. But either way, man, the Corvette C6 is one of my favorite cars. It is my favorite car because they're so easy to mod. They're lightweight. They handle well. They make good power. People love them. They're just really, really fun cars, man. I appreciate you guys watching, man. If you're a fan of BMWs, Corvette C6s, fast cars in general, I appreciate you guys watching, man. I just want to shoot a quick video talking about the Corvette mods I would do if I had to start over. Appreciate you guys watching, man. We'll see you guys in the next one.